was one of those days that you could term as a typical Minnesota spring day. Started out and was nice all through the day until late afternoon. At that time we started getting some of these ominous weather warnings from the Federal Weather Bureau, warning that there's possibility of severe storms or threat of tornadoes in southwestern Minnesota. This is Captain Sletten, Commander of District 2300 at Marshall. It might interest you to know that some of the people that you'll hear on this tape man who is now Chief Radio Communications Operator at Marshall, Tom Donahue. He'll be your narrator just before you hear the recordings of all the actual transmissions that occurred that night. He was dispatching, and he was assisted by the man who was then the supervisor at Marshall, Mike Delmont. Mike is currently at the Golden Valley radio station and is chief dispatcher there. Some of the car numbers: car 2300 at that time was Captain James Cunningham, who is now deceased. Car 2301 was myself. I was sergeant in the district at that time. You'll hear from the 2310 car. That was Trooper Hudson, 24. He's still stationed at Windham. Was at that time also. 2330 cars involved were Troopers Tanner Jacobson and Cliff Mulder from Pipestone. Also involved was Trooper Ernie Blaisdell. He used to be at Tracy, was there at the time the tornado struck. He called in and asked about if he should come on duty. He's currently stationed at Rush City, I believe. Another trooper that was on there was Conrad Erkey, number 335. He's currently at Benson, Minnesota. On June 13th, I knocked off a little bit early. Went over to the local ballpark to observe my boy playing a little league baseball. And went home for supper. And I guess I could determine that something was going to happen during the course of the evening, because no more than done eating, and had a vacuum cleaner salesman calling our residence. And after the wife and I listened to his spiel for about a half an hour, and after nervously looking out the window on several occasions and seeing the way the cloud cover was going and the way the humidity seemed to be and the stillness, determined that for lack of something better to do than listen to him, I'd check on the air and see what was going on. And very shortly, all hell broke loose at Tracy.
This tape starts out with a time signal, and shortly after comes the first warning of a tornado. About a minute or two after the recording starts, you will hear calls made to the Tracy Police Department. But there were no return answers due to the very poor signals caused by the approaching storm. At that time, radio called the Marshall Police Department, who still had radio contact with Tracy on their frequency, and advised them to warn Tracy of this approaching tornado. At this time, it was on the ground and was about 5 to 6 miles from Tracy. Tracy then blew their warning whistle, and the populace was warned soon enough to take the necessary precautions. There were 9 people killed in this tornado.
And at the Whittington Motel, if you want him located, be here.
7-4 at 647. Myers, your pipe's done?
Pipe's done.
Pipe's done on your Y-Yellow 79372. It's a 61 Chevrolet to Central Natural Gas of Pipestone. Central Natural Gas of Pipestone. And bar 647. Marshal 2343. Marshal cars and stations. Marshal cars and stations. A tornado has been sighted and has touched down 3 miles north and 1 mile west of Valhalla Corner, moving in a southeasterly direction. A tornado has touched down and is still down and moving in a southeasterly direction, 3 miles north and 1 mile west of Valhalla. Who was that given the 10-4?
Marshal. Worthington, Marshal.
Worthington, go ahead.
Would you give that over again? You were covered completely.
10-4, have a report of a tornado down 3 miles north and 1 mile west of Valhalla Corner, moving in a southeasterly direction. Marshal Tracy, Marshal Tracy. Marshal Tracy, Marshal Tracy. Marshal Tracy, Marshal Tracy. Marshal Tracy, can you read the Highway Patrol?
In the Tracy area, somewhere in a small city around there.
Marshal Pipestone, Marshal Pipestone.
Here's Pipestone.
Hey, do you have contact with the sheriff's office at Sletten?
We're trying to landline now.
10-4, advise if you make contact on this tornado. 2343, 2343. I have a report a tornado is hitting Curry from the west. 10-4. 10-4. 2333 calling, go ahead.
North Worthington, you were just about 10-1 when you give me that traffic.
10-4, have a report of a tornado moving towards Tracy from the south. Have a report of another tornado hitting Curry from the west side.
10-4, I'll head over that way, Marshal.
10-4 at 702. Pipestone, go ahead.
Marshal, Slayton is 10-4 on the traffic.
10-4, Sletten 10-4, thank you, at 703. Marshal New Ulm, go ahead.
10-5 from Springfield. Twister, pretty good size, 3 to 4 miles west of Springfield, headed north. 3 to 4 miles west of Springfield, headed north, pretty good size.
10-4, Marshal, New Ulm, would you advise Springfield of this?
Marshal, Springfield is the one that,
10-4, New Ulm, 2343.
Curry, and all of a sudden he saw this one. He just reported it.
Is this tornado touching down?
Stand by.
2343. Marshal 2343. No signal. 2343 at Twister, another Twister reported 3 or 4 miles west of Springfield, headed in a northerly direction. Another twister reported 3 or 4 miles west of Springfield, headed north.
Too busy.
10-5 from 171. He advises that a tornado did hit the Lawrence Knapp Farm 5 north and 1 west of Melbourne.
2343, another tornado reported between Storden and Westbrook. Another tornado reported between Storden and Westbrook.
The wall of Marshall Highway Patrol.
New Ulm, go ahead.
Marshall, the one that Springfield reported 3 to 4 miles west of Springfield was touching down. It was touching down.
10-4. 2301, 10-4. Wyndham just reported a tornado touchdown just south of Walnut Grove. Oh, disregard the call. 2353. 2353. Myers at 2353. Myers at 2353, no signal. Tracy has been hit with a tornado. 2353, no signal. Tracy has been hit by a tornado. Would you get in the area as soon as possible? Okay. 2353, go ahead.
If you hadn't had any contact with 01, he was out at the lead field there on the southwest, the edge of Marshall there. He was just talking to me. It was in my unit for a minute there. But
10-4, what's your 10-20?
I'm east of Ivanhoe right now.
You're east of Ivanhoe?
10-4.
Did you get my traffic that Tracy needs help?
Negative.
Tracy has been hit by a tornado. Would you report to the area as soon as you can get there? 2301, 2301.
Yeah, just 10-4 on that traffic. Head down there.
10-4. 2353. East of Ivanhoe, headed towards Tracy. They're requesting all the help they can get.
Tracy now. Yeah.
2301.
Contact 2300. Also, start calling up some of the other officers in the area that are off duty and tell them to stand by until we find out what we're going to need.
10-4, 2300 has been notified, and I will do the latter. Marshal Wyndham, go ahead.
The last report we have from deputy in the Jeffers and the Westbrook area that the winds have abated and the storm area appears to be moving northeast.
10-4, Wyndham at 723.
37. 2237. Springfield, you want us to head towards Tracy?
Stand by, I'll check and advise.
Where they...
2301.
Alright, Marshal.
2230 cars are up towards Springfield. They want to know if they should head over to Tracy.
Yeah, 10-4. Tell them to keep an eye on this weather if they can spot anything.
10-4. 2237 from 2301, 10-4. Keep a good eye on that storm as it's moving through the area, though.
That's a minute ago.
724. Marshal Worthington, go ahead.
It wasn't touching down at the time, but it was moving northeastward, the deputy reported. 10-4, my deputy is on that channel, so he has covered your conversation. I say one of the deputies here reported.
Marshal Worthington, go ahead.
Marshal, I just gave this to Wyndham. One of the deputies reported seeing a funnel cloud in the air over by Round Lake, which was moving northeastward.
10-4, thanks, Worthington. Marshal 2313.
2313, about 11 miles north of Wyndham on 71.
2313, Worthington is reporting funnel activity in the Round Lake area moving in a northeastward direction towards Lakefield in that area. Do you want to head down, keep an eye on it?
That's 10-4.
726. Montevideo, go ahead.
I just understood that Tracy was hit down there. Would they need any help? Our rescue squad could possibly come if they need help.
Montevideo, I suggest public service. I have no radio contact into Tracy at the moment.
10-4. 2363, Marshal.
2363, go ahead.
One of 2301 wants me to head south.
2301. 2363 checking if you want him to head south.
Yeah, you better stick up there. I'll let you know as soon as I get down here.
10-4. 2363 negative. He'll check it out first. 1, the Marshal Police Reserve is headed for Tracy.
10-4 is all clear. Montevideo area now.
Yes, it's switched back to the northwest. Huntington, go ahead.
Would you advise Officer Overload to head east on Highway 16?
What's the problem there?
I was just talking to the deputy out that way, and he advises that would be the best position for watching this funnel cloud.
10-4. 2323. 2323, head east on 16 from Worthington. That'll be the best place to watch that tornado.
Marshal, on the way. What is your damage estimate there?
Marshal Wyndham, go ahead.
Yeah, this is just reporting. Winds are abating, and there's a clearing in the western sky. I think things are over here. Yeah. Was there a lot of damage in Benson as far as storm damage? Wilmer counties are
10-4, Wyndham, 737.
traffic from coming into Bay.
2301, go ahead.
A pretty good swath out of the center of town here. There's debris and crap laying all over the highway. Got that blocked off. Wires are down all over the place. You better call maintenance. They'll have to get down here and start cleaning up this highway right away. And I'll let you know a little more when I find out.
10-4, 2301. Report of funnels at Round Lake through the Minneapolis Weather Bureau. They advise there is funnel activity. And this storm front is moving east-northeast 35 to 40 miles per hour. East-northeast 35 to 40 miles per hour. Would you advise Jackson and the surrounding areas of this situation?
10-4 will do.
739. Marshal 2301.
Go ahead, Mark.
Maintenance is 10-4 and we'll respond to this.
10-4.
Marshal Montevideo.
Yeah, go ahead, Marshal.
Were you able to establish contact with Tracy?
We haven't.
Well, Tracy's had quite a bit of damage right through the middle of the town. We don't know. It's quite a mess there. as far as we know.
Forward, thanks, Marshal.
2301. We have Con Erkey on the phone. Do you need request his assistance?
See if you can get hold of Smitty too, will you?
He's not at his residence, 2301.
Yeah, we're gonna need some help with traffic. I don't know if there's much else we can do as far as the disaster is concerned.
10-4. Reserve from Marshall should be there shortly.
Yeah, 10-4.
2363, go ahead.
Now, 10-8, Montevideo.
10-8 Montevideo, 747. Marshal Pipestone, go ahead.
You're being covered badly with the Tracy situation. If they need any help, I will mobilize, this is the Chief of Pipestone, as much of my reserve as possible to send to them. Can you get this message through anyway?
Stand by, Pipestone. Marshal 2301. Marshal 2301.
Marshal.
2350 is 10-8, 750. 2301, Pipestone has put its reserve at your disposal. Do you want him to come over?
Well, hardly at my disposal, but you can check with the Sheriff's Office, Marshal, or with the, if you can get a hold of the Tracy PD. I haven't seen any of them yet. They're downtown, and I guess it's just a shambles.
Yeah, 10-4, we can't get through to the Tracy PD by radio or telephone.
Well, I'm sure they'd welcome the assistance.
10-4. Marshal Pipestone, 2301 is on the scene. He advised that he hasn't been able to contact anybody from the PD. We have no radio or telephone communications with the police department as their building was hit by the tornado. But 2301 thought that they could use assistance in the cleanup.
Yeah, we have a car leaving shortly.
10-4, thank you, Pipestone, 751. Marshal 2310. Marshal Pipestone, would you send as many doctors from Pipestone as you can to Tracy? Also, would you contact Sletten and have them send as many doctors as they can from Sletten to Tracy?
Marshal, check with the Sheriff's Office, see if they can find out. I got a fellow here, a station wagon type deal where he can help out for ambulance.
Send him up to the hospital to transfer patients, 2301.
10-4.
For your information, doctors have been sent for from quite a few towns. Go ahead.
Contact the maintenance shop 2120 and tell them to get the radio turned on. The crew down here can't get them on the air. They must be off.
10-4.
Have them contact Thompson and call Marshal 1 on the radio. Call Marshal 1. Have them call Marshal 1 on the radio.
10-4. 2301, Glenn.
Now, this maintenance man I'm speaking to is Zimmerman down here. He needs considerable help, he says.
10-4. We've contacted them at the shop. They should be at 1058. Do you know the doctor's name in Balloton?
No, I don't. Ernie might recall it.
2353. Do you know the doctor's name in Balloton? Pipestone, go ahead.
Very little luck on the doctors here in town. Do you want me to try Laverne?
Negative, Pipestone.
Power. How about ambulances?
They didn't ask for any Pipestone. Can't advise yet. Maybe they can improvise. 23, Officer 335.
Go ahead, Marshal.
What's the doctor's name in Balladon?
I don't know offhand.
Uh, 2301.
Go ahead, Marshal.
2301, 2300 is going to be reporting into the area too.
10-4.
2300, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 10-8. I want to pick up 164 and then I'm going down.
10-4 and 805. Go ahead. 2333, go ahead. We've established contact.
St. Cloud 2623, is it the Wilmer station here?
2333. 2333.
Badowski, and I'm 10-8 Lake Benton.
Oh, we got it. 2333, 10 for your 10-8. We have the doctor's name. For your information, Tracy has been hit by a tornado. 10-4. Pipestone, go ahead.
This is 239. Have you got all the help you need up there?
Just stand by a minute. 2301. 2301.
Off there. And see if you can help out on some of those roads coming in from the south end of town.
Pipestone, we don't have any contact with the police department in Tracy. We just don't know what they need or don't need at the moment. Are you 10-4? We'll keep trying, though.
Well, I'm 10-4. I'll run home and get in uniform, and I'll be on there shortly.
10-4 at 810. 2333, go ahead.
I'll be going through Belton in about 4 minutes. Should I stop in and pick this Dr. Badowski up?
10-4 if he's available.
10-4.
At 815. 2323.
Go ahead, I'm going to Lakefield.
Did you see anything on that tornado?
Negative. It's clear down here now. It's clear down here by Lakefield and the west of Worthington. She's clear.
10-4 at 818. 2310, 2310.
Marshall PD to Brown County. Go ahead with traffic.
Marshall 2310, 2310.
2313, Marshall. You want 10 or 13?
You're 1013.
Brown County. Well, it seems to be right on the edge of Windham. You're now headed east. The remainder of the clouds are east of Windham. It's clearing up now.
10-4, 2313.
10-4.
Could you ask Marshal PD or Sheriff
2313, 10-4.
if they're damaged or not?
2301, 2301. 2301, could you have somebody check the Tracy Hospital if they're planning on transferring patients? Marshall Hospital would call in personnel on a standby basis if they were going to do this.
At 10-4, Marshal, I've already heard that they're planning on transferring some to Marshall.
We'll advise Marshall. 10-4, we'll advise the Marshall Hospital then.
I don't have enough communication to know right at the moment just what's going on there, but this was 20 minutes ago they were talking about bringing some to Marshall.
10-4. Marshall Redwood, can I assist? Marshall Redwood Falls, can I assist?
Marshal Redwood, go ahead with your traffic.
We've had 10-5 from the wall. For the extended
2330, go ahead.
239, 10-8 Pipestone, also have 3 Pipestone B's placed about the personnel with me.
239 Senate Pipestone with 3 police department personnel at 821.
Marshal 2301.
2301, disregard, 821. Disregard, 2301. 2321, go ahead.
2391, Marshal, do you need help?
Stand by. 2301, 2391, Officer 24 responding for help if you need him. There's no contact at the moment. They haven't turned anybody down yet.
They haven't put up a phone on it yet, son. Is that right, Tom?
They haven't what?
Put any phone in operation yet?
Playing it by ear, 2391.
10-4, I'll leave the receiver on for 50.
I have a request from one of the engineers at Tracy called Virgil Johnson. He's the highway engineer up at Marshall, Virgil Johnson, and also Slim English. First name Slim, last name English. And ask him if they could get a hold of generators for power and bring them down to Tracy. Ask if they could get a hold of generators for power and get them down to Tracy.
10-4, is that with the highway department, you say?
10-4, he's a highway engineer. I believe it would be county engineers. And he said also if they could round up men, they do need extra help down here.
10-4, 832. 10-4, Marshall PD has established radio contact with Tracy. We have no communications with him as yet. We'll relay it through the Marshall PD.
10-4, Marshall.
832. Marshall 2350.
Go ahead, Marshall.
We've contacted the party you requested. He wanted to know what kind of power you needed. We advised any kind you could get. We also advised the Marshall PD that they could use generators down there, and they're working on it. You're 10-1 here, but I believe you have that traffic 2350. It's 837.
2300, go ahead. 2300, go ahead. Well, 2300, go ahead.
Got the highway maintenance down here now with the broom. They'll be sweeping the highway.
Have him repeat his traffic.
I got it on the green. Can't you read it?
Go ahead with your traffic now.
The Grand Rapids fire chief, Larry Henley, they want their, have you call the police department, have them send down a portable generator, and they want as many nurses and doctors as they can get down here to the hospital right away because they're in dire need of
10-4, 2300. I have traffic here for you. Can you copy?
Yeah, are you 10-4 on that now?
I'm 10-4 in your traffic. We've already worked on this traffic. We've got the county sending down equipment. And do you want assistance? We'll work on the telephone people.
Yeah, what they need now is power. They want their portable generators if they can get them down here.
10-4, can you clear my traffic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Be advised that 999 State Liaison Officer, Military, from the Adjutant General's office is coming down to this area. And also we are attempting to contact the governor in Duluth to advise him of the situation. Are you 10-4 on that?
10-4.
From the Civil Defense Duty Officer, Peasley, and Chuck Mockenkopf, please advise the CD Director from Lyon County at Tracy to contact the Civil Defense Office in St. Paul. The telephone number is 221-2233. That's 221-2233. Are you 10-4?
Who is the Civil Defense Director down here, do you know?
We'll give this information to the Marshall Police Department.
You what? Did you want the Civil Defense Director down here?
We'll give that information to the Marshall Police Department. They have the Civil Defense Director's name down there.
Well, he's standing right here. The Director's standing right here. You want?
Oh, 10-4. Then the message is for him to contact the Civil Defense Office in St. Paul, and the telephone number is 221-2233.
Okay, hold on. They can't get out of here. There's no phones out.
All the telephone communications are down out of Tracy? Uh, 2300, was that he cannot call out of Tracy? Is that 10-4?
And no power.
10-4, 10-4. I'll relay that information to St. Paul, 2300.
10-4. They got any messages, you have to send it down to us here by radio, and we'll try to get it to them.
10-4, 2300 at 849. Marshal 2300, was that nurses requested also along with the doctors? 10-4 at 853. 10-4. 2301, Glenn.
Would you contact the Sheriff's Office? There's a Mrs. Johnny Ankrum. Mrs. Johnny Ankrum, I believe it's A-N-K-R-U-M. Was earlier reported missing. She's presently standing at the corner of Center and Highway 14, Center Street and Highway 14. In case the sheriff or the PD know of anybody that pick her up. She was out of town, I guess, when the things happened.
10-4. Marshal Patrol to Marshal Sheriff's Office. Marshal Patrol to Marshal Sheriff's Office. 2300, go ahead.
Requested they bring his hand PA system along too when they bring his equipment, but is this 10-4?
Was that his hand key?
His hand PA system, I suppose it's like a bullhorn.
10-4, 2300.
That's the same people that's bringing down the generator, I suppose.
10-4, 2300. 2301, go ahead.
Descend over to 102 when you got time.
10-4, 2301, go ahead.
I might advise him that of his residence there are several windows broken out, trees and wires and stuff all over the yard, and the floor out of somebody's house is laying on his garage roof. Garage is slanted. I imagine you'll have to get over here in the next day or so and look into it a little bit.
What's on the garage?
Floor of somebody's house is laying on his garage roof.
2300, we talked to the State Civil Defense Director in St. Paul. He advised that he has contacted the governor in Duluth, and they'll be calling back in a half an hour for some kind of report. And also, there'll be a unit of the Red Cross coming through from Mankato. They have trained nurses with them, it's been advised.
10-4, I'll give them the word here then.
916. Officer 37, use 2351 and go ahead.
Yeah, I'm 10-8, Tracy.
You're 10-8, you can contact 2300 on the red for instructions.
10-4, I just saw 2301.
10-4, 918. Marshal 2300.
Truck or something.
10-4, 2300, 10-4.
Yeah, they can get one of those milk containers that they haul around, get it full of clear, clean water and bring it to the hospital immediately.
10-4, we'll call Schwann's Dairy and see what they come up with.
10-4, 2300.
At 2300, they have 3 water trucks responding. 3 water trucks responding with fresh water. They're requesting that somebody pick them up out on 59 and direct them in. They also have a generator or 2 on these trucks. (10-4) 2300. Also, 902 has a 5,000 watt generator in his mobile home. He wants to know if he should bring it down. George Reese.
Wow.
10-4, 10-4. I told him to stand by. If we needed it, we'd holler.
10-4, that's fine.
928.
Roger. Marshal cars and stations, the tornadoes that were reported over south central Minnesota have passed out of the area. Persons in Renville, Redwood, Cottonwood, and Jackson counties can now resume normal activities. However, the tornado watch remains in effect, and persons in these areas should be on the alert until 12 midnight. Repeating, the tornadoes that were reported over south central Minnesota have passed out of the area. Persons in Renville, Redwood, Cottonwood, and Jackson counties can now resume normal activities. However, the tornado watch remains in effect, and persons in these areas should be on the alert until 12 midnight at 9:29. 2391, repeat.
Don't have anything, I'll go off and stand by.
Stand by a minute. 2301. I have contact with 2391 at Wyndham. Can you use them in this area? Uh, 10 for 2391.
Go ahead, Marshal.
Would you report to Tracy? They can use you on relief.
10-4. We advised by radio 2392 that, that's all be.
2301, Glenn. 2301, Glenn. 2301, Glenn.
The west edge of the extreme damage area, and there'll be somebody here to meet him, direct him to an injured party in the house.
10 for an ambulance on 14 at the west edge of Tracy.
West edge of the extreme damage area. All the street markers are gone. I can't spot the place. It's just east of the standard gas station. East of the standard station.
Would you want one from Marshall on this?
Well, the contact, you got contact down here, Tracy. There should be one in the area someplace.
10-4.
Marshall.
2391 is 10-8 Wyndham en route Tracy. Any particular route you want him to enter on?
He can come in on 7114.
2391, come in on 71 and 14. At 948.
2301.
Is Reese on the way down here?
Negative, he's on standby.
Yeah, I just talked to the man at the hospital. The administrator says here they can use all the generators they can get their hands on. So if he wants to check in here at the hospital.
10-4, we'll send him down. Go ahead.
You might check with Red Running, the running store. They sell portable generators in there, and tell them they may have some use for them down here if he has any available.
10-4, we'll check and advise 957. Marshall 2301.
Go ahead, Marshall.
George Reese is responding, and also Running will respond. He's got 1,000 water, and I advise that to have him go up to the hospital.
Yeah, 10-4, Marshall.
1001. At 2300, there's a National Guard unit leaving from Marshall requesting passage through into town.
Yeah, they won't have any trouble getting in.
10-4, 1011. 10-4.
2313, Glenn.
Regarding Tracy, if they do want me up there, probably 210 would probably take call for me if they want me to come up. If they don't need any help, okay, but I would come up if they wanted me. I'll be 1010 on mileage, Wyndham.
Would come up if you want him or need him.
Got a plan here. See what we're going to need through the night. Also, the relay to Montevideo, their rescue squad has arrived here, and that they're hard hit and so forth, and that they'll plan on working probably all night here.
Uh, 10-4, 2301. 2313 advises that Officer 210 would take his call on that station, and so he'll come in.
10-4.
10-4. 2313, 2313. 10-4, 10-4, come on up.
Stop and notify 210.
10-4, 1026. Marshal Montevideo.
Go ahead, Marshal.
Marshal Montevideo, your rescue squad has arrived in Tracy, and they will be working all night there.
Well, Marshal, thanks. That's my man.
10-4, 1026.
Marshal.
2301. Colonel Mahoney is in the Tracy area. Colonel Mahoney is in the Tracy area. He's supposed to call his commander, Colonel Stevens. He's supposed to call his commander, Colonel Stevens of the National Guard.
10-4, see what we can do.
10-4 at 1031.
Need more help down there, Tracy?
10-4.
10-4, I'll go down there. Thank you.
10-4 at 1036. K-234, if you get in the area, you can 1058 with the other mobile units for a post. Otherwise, report to the armory.
10-4 will do. Is K-231 in here?
Haven't heard him.
10-4, thank you.
1036. K-2301. K-234 will be coming into the area with his unit till 1058 for a post assignment. 1036.
The message give me the information. There have been parties calling in here with relatives and so on at Tracy. Do you know if there have been any fatalities, or can I find out?
We don't have that information, Wyndham. We don't know.
Any way I can get into Tracy?
Negative. Not by communications.
10-4, and thank you.
1037. 10-4. 262, good.
10-8, Laverne, where do they want me to go, right?
262, you can disregard on this.
Disregarding coming up?
That's 10-4.
10-4.
The National Guard will be taking it over for the night.
I'll be home.
10-4, 23, Officer 262 at 1104.
What you talking to?
Marshal Pipestone, PD. Marshal Pipestone. Marshal Pipestone, if you have contact with Sletten, would you advise them to notify the authorities in Curry? Notify the authorities in Curry that their power will not be back in service for approximately 24 hours. 1114. Marshal 2300. 2300. We received a telephone call from Northern States Power requesting help in contacting the local authorities in Ballatin and Garvin. We have contacted the Sletten Sheriff's Office in reference to other areas, and we left Ballatin and Garvin. We have no telephone communications at this time due to power outages, etc. And they would like the local authorities advised that the power in Ballatin and Garvin will be off for 24 hours or more. And they requested our assistance on this. 10-4, 1120. 10-4, 1120.
Marshal 2300. K200 is volunteering his wardens for the Tracy area if needed. Also, the Red Cross in Mankato would like to know if they would be needed. They have been unable to get through to Red Cross units in the area.
Be a lot more help tomorrow morning. Things are pretty well tied up here now. Pretty well taken care of until morning, but there'll be a need for a lot of people around here first thing in the morning.
Should we advise them to check in the morning if needed, or should we have them report there by morning?
Probably they should check the first thing in the morning, early in the morning, and find out before they come over here.
10 for them at 1122.
They do have some phone lines in there now open.
Into Tracy?
10-4, they're calling out of the police station.
10-4. Well, the situation could clear up then sometime during the night. Maybe the police department at Tracy, if it needs further assistance, could call these places.
Better repeat on that, Marshal. You're covered here.
10-4, if you're getting some telephone lines in there, then maybe the police department could use it and call for their own help as they need it.
Well, by tomorrow they'll be able to. They've only got one line open now, and that's kind of an emergency basis, so don't encourage anybody calling there right away.
That's 10-4. I'll send this back to Mankato to check in the morning on this. 10-4, 1123. Pipestone, go ahead.
I was just talking to Sletten, and the lady there said that there's a man at Curry that has a 25,000-watt portable generator that he would be willing to take over to Tracy. I got a long-distance call from Tracy asking for one in the municipal building. Could you contact them and see if they still need it?
10-4, Pipestone, they still need them.
10-4, I'll call Sletten back and ask them if they will call them in and send them over with it.
Talk to car 1, Laverne. Yeah, we just left Garvin Corner. If you find out where we can deliver these sandwiches and stuff, advise, will you?
Yes. 2332. 2332.
One of those days that you could term as a typical Minnesota spring day. Very shortly, all hell broke loose at Tracy.